I'm just coming back to give a kind of a profound aware analysis, a kind of a profound analysis. And I'm talking about immigration again. It's a hot topic, illegal immigration, and what it's done, and the elements which is caused in terms of people coming in the country illegally and also having children on the 14th Amendment, which was designed for slave descendants in 1860 something. That was written up. The 14th Amendment, and that states that people should, anybody born in this jurisdiction thereof becomes a citizen in the jurisdiction thereof, and the jurisdiction is basically the database. It's not people sneaking in the country. But anyway, what happened due to that, and what illegal immigration has caused, what happened is that they're here now. You've already, the failure of this has already destroyed the communities with people that are not supposed to be here. They have already infiltrated. They've already came here. They've already exploited a constitutional right to the United States citizens and the people that have been in captivity. They've already exploited it. Now, I give kudos to the president for the fact that the president made an attempt to correct the 14th Amendment. There was a lot of fear about that. We didn't want it touched because it's part of what we needed as a group and as a people who deserved to actually be in the first world as a descendant of slavery. So it's something that we needed, and something that was given to us, but also another people exploited it, and it was allowed. It was pretty much exploited, and the United States government never really looked into it. They used the wording, but it was not for illegals, people who are coming in your country illegal. It had nothing to do with immigrants coming into the country. I mean, willingly, people who chose to migrate into a country, and then they came illegally and had children, and they used the fact that that this is terrible. So in terms of that happening, you've already destroyed the situation. Already destroyed the communities. California is one of the first communities. Black people in the country have been forced out of their communities in years through MS-13, all kinds of gang violence, through illegal immigration, all kind of fear tactics throughout the cartels, people having children over here. It's too late. Alexandra Cortez is an anchor baby. She's here. I mean, Kamala Harris and them, they're here off the 14th Amendment. I mean, not necessarily them, because maybe their parents did it right. They went through the process, the legal process of being an American citizen. So it doesn't really apply to them. But in terms of people who are in their group as an immigrant or as an illegal, illegals have children here and they're American citizens. So it's already been damaged. Now we can stop it now. We can jump up and we can do something, we should, because it'll get worse. It's already bad. In Atlanta, Georgia, they're actually running people out the community in Atlanta as quiet as kept. Now, I know this for a fact. People are leaving North Georgian communities, especially Gwinnett County and North Fulton, because it's filled with Hispanics and illegals, people who don't even speak the King's English. They don't. They speak Spanish, and they're not intending on conforming to our way. They have been emboldened to believe that they can do this. That we're catered to them, and we're catering to their language. We're catering to them in terms of changing our laws. This is really a threat. It's really a threat to the American citizens. It's really a threat to the natives, and definitely the descendants of slaves, because that's how they abide on our laws. And the descendants of slaves, a lot of black men have blue-collar jobs, which they have basically inserted in mass numbers. I mean, it's really bad. So So now we got the powers that be and a lot of white people in the country who do not want them here, which is a good thing because it's taking over our country in every sector. I mean, in the government, we got Hispanics all in government trying to speak like they got a voice about illegals and promoting illegals. See, this is a communist exchange because these people, they might be American citizens, some of them who got here, they're now born into America, but they're pro-illegal. They're like a communist people. They're not American citizens. They want to take over the country and they want their families to come here and be what they are. They want to remove you, Americans. And the Democratic Party is saying, okay, well, we're going to help you do this as long as we continue to have our seats in government. But it's going to hit them it's going to hit them also if it keeps happening. So I'm just coming to say that it wasn't worth it, was it? White guys who wanted them for cheaper labor, and it wasn't really worth it, was it? Because they're over here like roaches. I mean, like rodents. They everywhere, everywhere. People are leaving the communities in Georgia. It's quiet right now, but Georgia, they're coming to Georgia and they are taking over communities, especially in Roswell, certain parts of Alpharetta, enclaves where they're all coming to, and everybody else is leaving, and they have reasons to leave because the people they're like a dysfunction. They're not really understanding what it is to be an American and in the suburb, in the sophistication of an American citizen. And this is really, it's a disaster and a culture shock, and it's already happening. So I think we got to clean up that 14th Amendment. Because they are over here getting over. If one lady come here and have 6 kids, you can take the parents. What you gonna do with the children? See, that they need to go with their parents, and they don't need to be able to come back until they are a certain age because it was exploited. Congress need to fix this, and the president. And I'm not talking about leaning toward Congress. I'm talking about them understanding who we are as patriots and people who love our country. But thank you for joining me. This is Harper.